The people died. They worked and they died. They died broke, they died owing. They died never knowing what the front entrance of the National Bank looks like. Puerto Rican obituary, Pedro Pietro. The people died. How did they die? They died eating Cocoa Pops and starting the day with an Actimel. They died of an infection waiting 15 hours on a trolley in A&E. They died freezing on Christmas Eve in the doorway of Arnott's. They died waiting in the queue to get their meds from the doctor. They died in the River Liffey after fall jumping while drunk. They died of cervical cancer they were told they did not have. They died as babies in the care of Wicked Witch of the West nuns. They died in the morning as shots fired from a gangstar's bullets. They died in the toilet of Jervis Street Mall, a syringe in their neck. They died sucking petrol fumes, drinking turpentine, smoking black market silk cut. They died eating gone-off food from shopping centre dumpsters. They died choking in sooty face-down mines and up chimneys. They died crushed and suffocated in old football league grounds. They died fighting on the beaches, fields, streets, hills and sea. They died in asylums, barracks, prison camps and police stations. They died in collapsed and burning buildings and dirty tenements. They died in Bannockburn, Hastings, the Somme, the Congo, Hiroshima, Dachau, Auschwitz, Normandy, Fallujah, from impalement, blunt force trauma, stabbing, shootings, burnings, bombings, gangrene, dysentery, starvation and soul loss. They died in the ghettos, barrios, favelas, tower blocks, slums, hoods, trailer parks, reservations and travelling on the road. The people died. Who killed them? You, smirking on the back bench with your full pockets, counting the takings, making deals with the Prime Minister, cutting lyrics from the airwaves, dragging children from cold water bathrooms and dawn raids, dropping the hand on your secretary, signing 1,000 bureaucratic forms. You are the murderers of poetry. Your lines wait like creeps in alleyways. Your lyrics fit only to be sung by baboons. Your melancholy burger bar sonnets. Your adolescent music played in your room. Your pseudo-intellectual cantos of nothing. Your self-elating diatribes on the train to death. Your muffled manifestos of dull paintings. Your stanzas so boring they make a glory of ironing. Your breath that stinks of free wine, cheese and bummed cigarettes. Your voice that evicts poor people from homes. Your voice that narrates HD snuff movies. Your voice that loves the sound of itself. Your voice that calls out his brother for silicone cops. Your voice like a garbage disposal aria. Your voice like a rat squealing in agony. Your voice like a smashed in drum. Your voice like a fortune cookie. Your voice that hates Blake, Whitman and Shelley. Your voice that simpers like a puppy in the night. Your voice that croaks like a drunk on the karaoke. Your voice that makes frogs into sopranos and car alarms into tenors. It was me also, when I turned my back to walk away. Me, when I denied you 3 times. Me, when I laughed at your pain, me, when I struck out in anger at you, me, when I broke my commitments, me, when I was out of my mind drunk, me, when I was lost in spurious thinking, me, when I knew not what I had done, but now know, me, when I should have done and been better, me, when I broke the golden rule, brothers and sisters. The people died. How did they die? They died driving tractors into ditches after 12-hour shifts. They died of pneumonia selling raffle tickets in the rain. They died while tweeting lies about immigrants and queers. They died jerking off the TikTok in their one-bedroom council flat. They died waiting for the new flats to be built in the regeneration. They died in the back of a stinking truck on the way from China. They died from malnutrition and fever in direct provision centres. They died on Instagram in the middle of living their best life. They died sniffing bad cocaine at their father's 60th birthday bash. They died scrolling through Pornhub looking for barely legal teens. They died wretched-eyed and sick-brained yet singing anyway. They died like crushed flowers watered by the piss of drunks. They died trampled under horses' hooves lying on the pavement. They died battered, bruised, nervous wreck zoned on lithium. They died at the foot of the stairs, husband yelling from up above. They died slumped on a sofa, drool and white foam on their lips. They died in a bath with cut wrists because they had enough. They died victims of the curse of addiction and the sin of poverty. They died with their throats slashed by the human blade. The people died, and the CBD oil did not save them. Captain America and Iron Man did not save them. Brexit did not save them. Fianna Fáil or Fine Gael or Labour did not save them. RTE panels and talk shows did not save them. The church did not save them. Reiki healing and hot yoga classes did not save them. The people died and they are dying still. What did they do before they died? They went looking for something. That one thing. Anything. They looked for it in beer. They looked for it in wine. They looked for it in whiskey. They looked for it in weed. They looked for it in coke. They looked for it in yellows and blues and zannies and temazepam. They looked for it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. They looked for it on TV, Netflix and the movies. They looked for it in the stadiums of the Premier League. They looked for it in the racing form, Paddy Powers, Boyle Sports. They looked for it in the voting booth on election day. They looked for it in sex, porn, vibrators and Ann Summers. They looked for it on the Kardashians, Top Gear and Big Brother. They looked for it in bars and clubs and late night parties. They looked for it in box sets, reruns, comic books and cartoons. They looked for it under the water and in the sky and on the moon. They looked for it in likes, retweets and followers. They looked for it in celebrity scandals, call-outs, Voice and Breitbart. They looked for it on their iPhones, Xboxes, PlayStations. They looked for it in lattes, mochas, mojitos, green tea, Pepsi, Snickers, pork sandwiches, Doritos, popcorn, Victoria sponges, Whopper meals, oven chips, 4-in-1 curries, spice boxes, KFC and Krispy Kreme. They looked and they looked, but they could not find it. For it is not sexy, hot or cool, has no beautiful form. It cannot be found where they went looking for it. They did not know it was already there inside them. And they died without knowing, and are dying still. The people died. How did they die? They died like their parents died, like their children are dying now. Like Lorca died by fascist bullets dumped in an unmarked grave. Like Arenias died in a cheap apartment in a cheap building. Like the unnamed, unremembered, unstatued millions died. Like the rebels who were shot against the barracks wall died. Like Savita Halappanavar died miscarrying on a hospital bed. Like Giuseppe Conlon died an innocent man in a prison cell. Like Pasolini run down and smashed by hate, burnt by power. Like Blake died singing in the blinding light. Like William Burroughs died strung out on methadone, and the last word he wrote was love. Like One Shot unwrote Mayakovsky's poems. Like Elvis clogged with grease and speed. Like Sylvia Plath tried to bake her brains. Like Oscar Wilde went maudlin, syphilitic and broke. Like the poisoned blues man Robert Johnson choked. Like TB blood coughing Keats in Rome. Like Shelley who Poseidon swallowed down. Like hunger stalked Cosimo. Like Hart Crane is in Atlantis with the dreamers and the drowned. Like James Plunkett in his never-ending honeymoon. Like Joe Orton bludgeoned by his love. Like the Buddha in a pile of shite saying, "Do not follow me, only the Dharma. Be a light unto yourself." Like Frank O'Hara rammed into oblivion's black sea. Like mocking cancer took Bill Hicks. Like Lenny Bruce sucked into a syringe from a black spoon. Like Nietzsche by a horse was doomed. Like Hemlock silenced Socrates. Like typhoid ate Radike's bones. Like carcinoma licked Rambo. Like Chatterton chewed on arsenic. Like Neil Cassidy froze on a Mexico railroad. Like Woody Guthrie went incontinent, amnesiac and mad. Like the anti and the pro will both die. Like the minus and the plus will say goodbye. Like the dog and duckbill. Like the chicken and baboon. Like the mountains, rivers, oceans and the sky. Like even the stars, the moon and the sun will die. Blake died singing in the blinding light, and the last word William Burroughs wrote was love. Walt Whitman, all-father poet, you wanted a spiritual democracy, not atom bombs, not invasions or coups, not CBS and Fox News, not man versus woman, queer versus straight, white versus black. I know what you wanted and I want it too, oh good, grey poet. I am poet, that I am. I am the legislator of the world. I am taking Blake and Whitman back from the academies and dusty books and placing them at the feet of the people. I will murder with the dove. I will behead kings with my pen. I will dismantle all false temples of hate with the truth of my utterance. I am the prophet come out from the wilderness chanting mantras of gold, coming through the radio waves, sermonizing on the net, guiding you through the desert to the promised land. Take this poem with you as an amulet. Take all my words, take them as nectar for the soul. Yes, the soul I speak on. I speak on all things, on all words. I fear none. I am no logophobe. I am the logos. I am a perfect fool. I am all aromas, beautiful and pungent and rancid. I am laughing in death's face. I am savage. I am untamed. I am humble before the wind. I am unschooled. I am sacrilegious. I am blasphemous. I am utterly holy. You are utterly holy. I ask, that you reach beyond the hype of the Sunday World and Daily Mail. Don't leave your house or you'll get shot, rolled in cocaine and raped by a gang of hoodies from hell. The news is always the same. Underage drinking on the rise, obesity danger for kids, rock stars drink Pepsi and snort coke, mass shootings, rehab, love rat, paparazzi in bushes waiting like vultures for carrion, hype of football, rugby, tennis, darts, snooker, Formula 1, boxing, golf, Summer Olympics, Winter Olympics, World Cups, EastEnders, Coronation Street, Emmerdale, Fair City, Big Brother, X Factor, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, Superman, Batman, Thor, Captain America, Spider-Man, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Grand Theft Auto 6, Deepak Chopra, Richard Dawkins, Oprah Winfrey, Kim Kardashian, Logan Paul, Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, Hillary Clinton, Christmas, Easter, Halloween, Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day, St. George's Day, the Oscars, the BAFTAs, the Booker Prize, the Nobel Prize, water on Mars, Ebola, Corona, melting ice caps, greenhouse gases, the apocalypse. Keep your mind on all of this. Shut the windows and close the curtains. Watch the telly, go on Facebook, post selfies and never come out. I say, come on out and sit down in the park with me. I say, come on out and walk through the city with me. I say, come on out and sing, dance and chant and dream with me. I ask that you reach beyond the lies and terror. A sleight of hand trick and democracy disappears. Bunch of flowers pulled from the sleeve of an expensive suit that smells like oil, and the poppies cover your face and waft a dreamy scent to mask the smell of bombs dropped from assholes. Bearded bardic prophecy, image of old spectral poet with torch to light the way. Terror, oh silver-haired terror, oh false female candidate terror, oh factory-built soundbite, fast-quipped, reassuring, God-fearing terror, oh Al Jazeerian, Mesopotamian, dark-eyed, long-bearded, AK-47 wielding terror, oh right-wing, Bible-thumping, gay-hating, pro-life terror, oh rationalist, reductionist, empty meat-bag, pseudo-intellectual, spiritless terror. Terror of Tibetan Palestine, terror of NBC, CBS, Sky News, terror of ISIS, terror of Paris, terror of London, terror of New York, terror of Dublin, terror of Syria, terror of Iran, terror of the Lion and Eagle, terror of Big Pharma, terror of lost child, terror of suicide, terror of economy, terror of banks, terror of IMF, terror of environment, big freeze, biblical flood or white hot heat, terror of famine, terror of poverty, terror of contamination of water, terror of drink drivers, terror of dead swans in the park, terror of mad cow beef for Sunday dinner, terror of cancer, terror of too much sun can cause cancer, terror of mobile phones can cause cancer, terror of this or that can cause cancer, terror of viruses, terror of STDs, terror of AIDS, terror of sex, terror of hell, terror of religions, terror of ideologies, terror of fake news, terror of bullets, terror of armies, terror of missiles, terror of planes, terror of tanks, terror of machine guns, terror of nuclear warheads, terror of dark thunderous rivers of blood, putrid robot mad war, war for oil, war for land, war for greed, war for bloodlust of maniacs, war for freedom, war on drugs, war on the imagination, war on the skin, war on the eyes, war on the limbs, war on the lungs, war on the heart, war on the oceans, war on the deserts, war on the jungles, war on the cities, war on the children, war on the human, war on the soul. Who gave the order for war? Who took it down? Who passed it on? Who pressed the great seal? Who is the judge? Who quoted from the holy books? Who sits on the throne? I give the order in the name of poetry with the great seal of art. I speak the holy intellectual beauty of the pure diamond mind, heart, wisdom, here in this body now, the same body as any saint or sinner in a council flat in Dublin, as holy as any temple, for all to hear it and feel it, and what is oldest and best and purest in me is the very same in you. I hear the dusk come one's voice softly speaking about Duca. I hear Blake crying out, "Oh Rose, thou art sick." I hear Whitman chanting, "I sing the body electric." I hear Marley singing, "If you are the big tree, we are the small axe." I hear the music of the Chilean wind. Do you? The wind score is old, and the music of the voice is old. Hear my voice, old. Come out of the desert to you. Come out of the city to you. Out of the day and out of the night to you. Come out of the sea and out of the air, out of the mouth. This white magic spell plays a sacred symphony in your ears and hopes to bring about the building of the new world from love, not fear.
Starry crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down. Let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down. Down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Come on, brothers, let's go down. Down in the river to